In the world of crime, victims are often taken aback by the suddenness and brutality of what has happened with them. In a murder, there is a split-second moment that a victim may have as realization dawns on them. In cases of fraud, a victim does not even realize oftentimes that they have been cheated until it's too late. And then there are those crimes in which a victim may not be taken by surprise. In their heart, they have a feeling of the inevitable. This is Prime Crime, a WION special series. I'm your host Dharmjot Kaur. Welcome to the show. We are in Michoacán, in the country of Mexico. It is 8:30 p.m. on a Saturday night. People are out on the streets to mark Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. Families have gathered at a public square, and among them is the mayor of the municipality, Carlos Manzo, the 40-year-old donning his signature hat, was holding a microphone in one hand and a child in his arms. He had just participated in the opening ceremony of the festival. Then came the gunshots, several of them, one after the other. A man shot Carlos Manzo several times in his chest and in the arm. There was panic among people. Paramedics rushed in and took the mayor to a local hospital, but he did not make it. Manzo died within minutes. A close-range, coldly executed murder in front of hundreds of people. But the question is why? And by whom? Here's what we know for sure about the assailant who killed the mayor on that fateful night of November 1st. Police say the shooter, who was also killed almost immediately, was a teenager. He was roughly between the age of 17 to 19 years old. Prosecutors say that the attacker stayed at a hotel in downtown, starting at around 4 p.m. on November 1st. Investigators say that he wore a white sweatshirt and a cap. A trail of CCTV footage shows the shooter making his way to the plaza, where celebrations were being held. He arrived there at around 8:10 p.m. local time. Roughly 20 minutes later, he shot dead the mayor. The attacker's medical report says that he tested positive for marijuana and amphetamines. When police checked his body, there was no ID on him, just a plethora of tattoos and a 9mm handgun which he had used in 2 other homicides last month. But the bigger question here is of motive. Why was the mayor killed? It seems Carlos Manzo had made enemies within just a few years of being in active politics. In Mexico, the biggest backer or even the biggest enemy that a lawmaker can have is the underworld. Organized crime gangs and cartels that call the shots in many cases even today. And if not obeyed, take the shot at whoever questions or crosses them. Something similar has happened to Michoacán's young mayor. This is a brutal reality that Manzo was probably aware of. I say this because on several occasions in the past, the mayor was seen wearing a bulletproof vest as threat to his life escalated. But before we take the story further, a little background into Manzo's work as a politician is necessary. From 2021 to 2024, Carlos Manzo served as a federal deputy for the Morena, the dominant political party of Mexico. During his tenure, he pushed for penalty measures on the irresponsible use of firearms. Not much seems to have moved on that front. Because in the second half of 2024, Manzo ran as an independent candidate for the mayoral race. With 66% of the votes, the town gave him a decisive victory. As mayor, Manzo began cracking down on crime syndicates, the one thing he was most passionate about as a Mexican lawmaker. It is no surprise that cartels and gangs became some of his biggest enemies. Investigators have not officially pointed towards any one cartel or organized crime gang yet, but the people of Mexico, especially from the region where Manzo was killed, know for sure that this is the work of the underworld, especially in the state of Michoacán, which is one of the most violent in Mexico. Michoacán for years has been a battleground for rival cartels and organized crime gangs that have been fighting for control. In the middle of the state is Uruapuan, a municipality that is one of Mexico's most important agriculture hubs and the crux behind this entire crime. The region is well known for its avocado production, and in the past few years, it has become a hot commodity for export. For crime syndicates, the avocado production sector is one that they heavily extort. And this extortion amid the larger crackdown on cartels is exactly what Carlos Manzo had been targeting. In the past year, after Manzo got elected as mayor, he worked closely with security forces to arrest dozens of suspects. Manzo's call for crackdown also led to officials seizing dozens of firearms, more than 50 armored monster trucks, nearly 840 mines, drones, and other explosive devices that were used by these cartels. The underworld evidently wanted revenge. But which cartel, which gang is responsible for killing Manzo? As investigation continues, there are several theories. Among the names doing rounds are the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Los Viagras, La Familia Michoacana, and Carteles Unidos. Manzo had repeatedly spoken out against these organized crime gangs operating in the region. Manzo's assassination makes him the 6th mayor in the country of Mexico to be killed in 2025 alone. Cartels have pulled the trigger on many mayors and other lawmakers in the recent past. But once again, a lawmaker has lost his life in the country, fighting organized crime. And once again, this public murder proves how deeply entrenched crime syndicates are with Mexico's institutions.